Hi, Chanel.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And good luck with your nursing career.
Thank you.
Our first question is
Oceanside, California, and July 2nd, 1939,
awesome.
in a house. I'm 81 years old.
You're born at home?
In a home, yeah. I would describe it as a happy childhood. I was the middle child. Well, I had an older brother and an older sister, and then a younger sister. We were all 3 years apart. And then 8 years after my younger sister, I had another sister who was 11 years younger than me. We had a lot of fun. We were, I would call it a happy childhood.
Love that.
I think it was kind of predictable. I expected to go to school and high school, and I went to Mira Costa, which back in the day was called Oceanside Carlsbad Junior College, and got my AA. So I did all that just here.
Wow.
And I always wanted to be a mother and have children. I married a little later than some of my classmates at 20. That probably sounds funny to you guys, but a lot of my classmates married very, pretty much after graduating from high school. And so I married my husband after I graduated from Mira Costa. I'll call it that so you know what I'm talking about. I was a business major, and accounting, and of course business law and the things that you're required to take. But I've used my accounting in my church work. I've probably been the church treasurer forever. And I used to do all the bookkeeping by hand, and now the latest years it is on computer. So that's wonderful.
Sharon has the next three, and then
All
I
right.
think I have the next three.
At times, I do still have quite a bit of energy, and I'm thankful for that. Yeah, there's some days when my body's kind of aching from joint discomfort. I have a bad knee on my left leg, and we haven't done much about it yet. Doctor did x-ray it and said there's some arthritis, so there's a little bit of bone on bone. So we may have to reckon with that eventually. I walk every morning, usually not Sundays. I call that my day off. And of course, then I'm getting ready for church. But some days, of course, if it's raining and so forth, I don't walk. But I've tried to make that a habit for many, many years of at least getting a walk in. I used to walk farther than I do now. I try to get a mile in every morning. And then I don't do a whole lot of other type of exercise, but I still do my own housework and that type of thing. So I am moving around. Yes, I do. I take, at the doctor's recommendation, 4 fish oils a day. That I guess helps to keep the blood a little thinner. And calcium, also recommended by the doctor. And I'm taking a vitamin D. I just had a bone density test, and he said I'm still in the normal range, but I'm showing a little deterioration in my left hip, below my hip, in that upper leg area, and in the lower leg. So he put me on vitamin D, 2,000 units. It's a little tiny thing. So yeah, that type of thing. I take 2 medications.
Okay.
One is for heartburn, and don't ask me to pronounce them. And the other one is I just recently my thyroid was running high, hyper. What is it? Hyper.
Yeah.
And And so I've just recently in the last 6 weeks, probably, yes, talked with a internal doctor. I can't pronounce that either. And she put me on a thyroid, a pill to bring my thyroid down. And so I just had a blood test and talked to her last week, and I'm in the normal range again. It hasn't changed it as much as maybe young people, because being a little older, we do stay at home quite a bit, but I've been able to go to get our groceries as normal, except wearing the mask and being careful with sanitizing my hands. We were unable to go to church for a period of time, and that was sad. Also, we like to go out to eat on occasion, not too much. We do quite a bit of home cooking, but so that changed. What we did do was we tried to encourage some of the economy by going out at lunchtime and go through a drive-through or something. So other than that, we pretty well have existed almost normally. Yes, I have 3. I have a girl, she's the oldest, and 2 boys. They're all in their 50s, and I have 8 grandchildren. All of them live near here except one. My daughter is in the state of Washington, and her youngest son, who is 27, lives up there by his mother. He's married. He's my only married grandson, and I have 2 married granddaughters, and no great grandchildren yet.
Do you get to see them often?
Yes, we're pretty close that way, being that most of them live here in Oceanside. We have at Thanksgiving and Christmas been together. We've all been healthy and precautious. They've been careful with Grandma and Grandpa. And so we've never had any problem with COVID in the family. Well, I would say the basic things like take care of yourself, your health, to exercise, and to take care of yourself spiritually, to be sure things are good between you and your Lord.
Okay.
And just and your relationships. Don't let petty things ruin your relationship. Be a forgiving person.
Oh, I like that one.
Well, I haven't had a whole lot of experience with having to be in the hospital or anything myself, and I don't know what your plan is, whether you plan on working at a hospital or in a doctor's office or even home care. But I think, the more that you can be positive and keep an upbeat around your patients, I would think that would be very important. To make them as comfortable as possible. As far as health and so forth, I think it's important that for everything you've probably been learning about good nutrition and trying to be healthy. And because of my relationship with Jesus, I decided to be a Christian when I was 15, a sophomore in high school. And so because of that decision, I chose not to smoke or to drink and alcoholic beverage. And I think because of that one choice, I avoided some of the, let's say, call it scars. I avoided some of the scars that can happen when we make bad choices. And therefore, my life has been fairly easy, so to speak, because my health has been good. I think that's partly it, Well, you are good-looking kids, and I just I know you're going to do well, and just keep up the good work. I know you're going to do well.